Very much. The final rebuttal from the affirmative.
Once again, we would like to thank everyone for being here and giving us this opportunity. Ms. Maxie Wade pointed out really two things that each team has had to really address. One is the time frame, and second is the cost of development. And I really think that this is the place where nuclear energy really sets itself apart, aside from the fact that they have made numerous assumptions about the affirmative case that simply aren't true. For example, one of the assumptions that they make is that we use Generation 4 technology. We never, ever, ever said that we were going to use Generation 4 technology. We said that we were going to use the reprocessing, or we would defend reprocessing technologies that currently exist in France. Their assertion that France uses light water reactors is quite simply 100% wrong. France currently exports energy and is able to do so because reprocessing has allowed for them to maintain their nuclear energy output. Because of this, they've gotten this whole situation completely wrong. He talks about how the cost of nuclear energy would be absolutely enormous, and he really gives these three reasons why, or two reasons why. First of all, he gives you the number of 10 to 12 billion, but given the commercial viability right now in the markets in Pakistan, it shows that the number is much lower. Then he talks about NRC licensing, which is, yes, a concern, it's true, and it may push the cost above $1 billion. However, it will not push the cost to 9 times what it is currently. A piece of paper simply is not worth that much. NRC licensing procedures wouldn't be that expensive, and one of the reasons that they are so expensive is because companies haven't figured out how to deal with nuclear waste. In fact, our affirmative case outlines the main reason why investors are averse to the situation is because there's not a waste disposal mechanism. Because the affirmative does reprocessing, it'll be able to solve for this. They say that the reprocessed material is more radioactive and more dangerous than any other. However, this simply isn't true. The nature of reprocessing technologies is that you take waste, use it again, and generate more electricity. There's not really that much byproduct at all, and 98% of the waste from the first cycle gets used into the next cycle, which significantly and dramatically reduces the amount of waste. Next, the issue has been raised on whether or not we'll be able to complete this in a significant time frame. They do say that these new plants won't come online until 2030. However, the fact of the matter is that these plants are Generation 4 plants and new technologies. Once again, we're defending already existing technologies. Let's go to the RPS thing, because President Sexton obviously raised some very serious questions about this whole viability. And the fact of the matter is that in the most qualified sense, the most qualified people in the world right now are saying that RPS isn't a good idea. RPS isn't a good idea simply because renewables aren't they are not commercially viable yet. We have the Karekis, which we didn't actually technically say in our case, but he's a professor of economics at California State. He talks about how these technologies, renewable technologies, are extraordinarily expensive. Not only this, but this is something that they've continually not really mentioned. My partner, I guess, Gursimran Singh, talked about how renewable technologies result in blackouts, which they never really address. At the point where you won't really have a sort of stable energy or electricity being fed to the economic sectors that we have, you're going to have a lot of problems. Okay, the time frame for them coming online, I mean, yes, it's true that licensing is going to be a problem. But again, a lot of these licensing problems come from the fact that waste is not resolved. The plan, which allows for reprocessing, fully resolves waste. And after the NRC sees, okay, yes, you're a reprocessing facility, that means a lot of the regulation goes away. It's really, the main problem here is the waste. France, they talk about that France is much cheaper because of the NRC. One of the reasons why France is cheaper is because reprocessing is legal. They cite that as a main reason. In the end, when you evaluate all of this, they also ignore the evidence that suggests that scientists will go into nuclear weaponry if they don't go into global warming. So even if all of this debate is a wash, you still have to take into account people like Wen-Ho Lee, I think was his name, who sell technologies to other people when they don't have jobs anymore. When nuclear scientists become extraordinarily desperate, they go to bad areas of the economy.
To our panel, thank you very, very much for your comments and good questions. To our teams, thank you very much for your efforts. Congratulations on your achieving this level of competition. Thank you to all, and congratulations. Sarah.
I just wanted to remind everybody tonight we will be at 24/5 for the banquet for everybody joining us tonight. 24/5, 7:30, and we will announce the winners of the 08-09 NPPF competition. We'll see you there.